Yes, gents. West Indies with another nail biter.
Yeah, them snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Got it.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, your channel of undiluted sports content. Raymond, Adrian, and I are here to talk about the just concluded exciting ODI match in this Women's ICC World Cup between the West Indies and Bangladesh. Adrian, another exciting nail biter for you. Your coffee done, or you still, you still have?
Yes, Kurt, another exciting nail biter again. I'm sure there are a lot of people who lost a sizable portion of their nails having watched the West Indies women defend, I'm sure, what is an historic total of 140 runs. Right? It was exciting stuff, nerve wracking stuff. And I mean, you had to have out your coffee to get something warm in your stomach, right? As a matter of fact, you may have thought it was the other team playing, but we were happy for the win, and it was good business.
Raymond, Bangladesh won the toss and sent West Indies into bat. And West Indies started off poorly, I would say, 29 for 1 to a point of 70 for 7. And Bangladesh would have been saying this was an excellent decision to win the toss and send them into bat. Before midday, we will be home and dry.
Yeah, Kirk, I almost thought it was over when I saw the score. I was I pretty much gave up and said this is like a third loss to the West Indies in a sense. So I was saying that the losing streak continues. When I saw the score, however, the batting by Campbell really pulled it back and gave us some hope in a sense, and pretty much build some level of confidence. A little bit though, not the level of confidence we're used to when you push over 200. When you score a low score like that, you're a little worried if you're able to defend it.
Adrian, and before you come in and talk about how nervous you were or how disappointed you were at the start, West Indies made a couple changes. And one of those changes that we spoke about in the preview of this match was Night Out and Williams coming in. And they listened and they made the change. Though Williams didn't take full advantage of the opportunity, it's a sign that the cricket board, the selectors are willing to listen, unlike some other teams that we know.
Definitely, Kurt. Somebody up in cricket world, in cricket West Indies, is paying attention to sports DTM. We suggested they bring in Taylor as Knight was out, and they brought her in. Williams, that is. My apologies. Of course, she didn't take it with her full hands, but she'll have another opportunity in the next game. And we just hope that as the team progresses, they will actually listen some more, be a little more intentional about going about the cricket and not as defensive as we saw them this game and the previous two games as well.
West Indies started a little, they started slowly, Raymond, and we're always talking about being aggressive. Dottin 17, Matthews 18, Williams 4, Taylor bowled around the pads, leg side for 4. I mean, we asked for Taylor to show up again for this match. She didn't show up with the bat, but as we will talk about later, she did show up with the ball. Campbell stuck it out 53 off 107. We needed some runs and she stood up and she delivered. The score wasn't anything that we wanted. from the West Indies batting first at 140 for 9. The good thing though is that they batted their 50 overs.
Yeah, Kurt. It is always good when you bat your 50 overs. Not in the way that they pretty much bat this one though, because it almost felt like a little test cricket was going on. But nonetheless, the fact that they kept Bangladesh out there feeling, right throughout, that might have helped with the tiredness and stuff like that. Also, it helped with the extras too, because once you have them still bowling and they made some mistakes and pretty much help you pushing your runs higher. Um, all in all, Kurt, from the top order, we thought that it would have been more explosive than that. After some they were bowled out, for some low scores, you got a feeling that who was going to be the person to steady the ship, and Campbell came in and did that. She didn't have a partner really. A lot of persons just came and went around her. Luckily, Fletcher came in and help push the score up a little bit more and help us bat out our 50 overs. As I said, batting out the 50 overs is how you keep increasing the score and actually have your opponent work in the field, and that pretty much did some work for us.
Adrian, it's good to see Campbell scoring the runs again, because in the last match, we called her out as one of those players who was very negative. She faced almost 10 overs and scored 20 runs. Now she stuck it out, stood out there, put up her hand and bat all the way through. 53 not out on a very, what they would have said, bowler-friendly pitch. The closest score to her was 20-something by one of the Bangladesh players.
Yes, Kurt. The Bangladesh player scored 25 runs, the most. But I mean, Shamin Campbell has put up her hand. I tell you something. When she started to bat herself and Shadeen Nation, they were extremely defensive. We know that they had lost some early wickets, so they were trying to stabilize the team. Play a kind of anchor role. But at one point in time, after 25 overs, we were way out of it. I mean, we were nowhere near 100 runs, right? But she took it out. She started to show some aggression, especially coming towards the 40th over, between the 40th 45th over, and started to look like they wanted to show some intent, which was what we have been calling for a long time. And the team really, really needed these runs. They were pushed to the line by a Bangladesh team who were literally celebrating coming into the last few balls, only to be outdone by an excellent West Indies team who just won this game on sheer grit and determination.
And then just to highlight the Bangladesh bowlers, the spinners that we spoke about, Raymond, the challenges that West Indies have facing the spinners, and Salma, Nahida, they really 10 overs, 23 runs for both of them, 3 maidens each, 2 wickets, 2.3 runs per over. When they finished at 140 for 9, Bangladesh was, as Adrian said, still celebrating. They're looking at this as if, we're winning another match.
Yeah, Kirk. So, the way cricket has been going these past years, you're seeing a lot of spin bowler friendly pitch. A lot of them. And West Indies would suffer if they're not able to bat against the spin bowlers better. This, of course, is a fine example of that, where you can see, the spin bowling pretty much rip through our batting order. Putting some persons scoring low and everything, and putting some serious pressure on them. So as pitch continue to move towards a spin bowling friendly pitch, you continue to have these problems, and the spin bowlers of the different teams will continue to put pressure on us and cause us to score low. But the response after that, you have to respond with your few spin bowlers you have, and actually work in the field as best as possible.
So, Adrian, we had no doubt that if West Indies put a good score on the card, the bowling team will be able to defend it. So it was no surprise to see them try and pull it off against a Bangladesh team. Though Bangladesh is ranked ahead of them when it comes to tournaments like this, West Indies have the edge, being more experience in terms of playing World Cup matches, as well as the players have played more matches overall. And Ailey Matthews, Adrian, at the top of the order with the new ball, opening bowler, bowling some cannonball up front, 10 overs, one maiden, 15 runs, 4 wickets, an economic rate of 1.50. Going into defend this 140 runs, the required run rate was 2.2. Sound impossible for the West Indies, but Ailey Matthews started off with a wicket in the first over and ending with an economic rate well below the required rate. So she went out there with an intention to win it.
Definitely, Kurt. Ailey Matthew showing why she's one of the stars of this West Indies team. She didn't get to do it much with the bat today, but she stepped up big time with taking wickets. 4 wickets for off 10 overs is no fluke. An economy rate of 1.50 and just for 15 runs and throwing there a maiden. She did extremely well. But it's not just her who did well. The new players who came in on the scene, Afif Fletcher, 3 wickets, 29 runs off her 10 overs, as well as Ramarak, who got, even though she didn't get a wicket, only 15 runs and 3 maidens, 1.50 economy. Overall, excellent, not to mention Capo Taylor. Stepping up, not with the bat this time, but with the ball. 3 wickets, 29 runs. I think in the last couple of overs, she picked up about 3 wickets for her for 15 runs. So everybody coming to the party, a good teamwork on the bowling side, but we have to find a way to get it right on the batting side.
Raymond, Ailey Matthews, a player of the match performance is 4 wickets from her 10 overs. But it was an exciting sight to see the West Indies spinners dominating a cricket match, Raymond. Ramnarak bowling, I don't even know the ball that she bowl heavy like lead. 10 overs, 3 maidens, 15 runs. And at one point she had bowled 8 overs for 7 runs. I mean, when you require less than 2 runs per over, your bowlers them actually go out there and do things like this. Them
Yeah,
deserve all the accolades that them getting after this match.
yeah, Kurt, most def. They deserve all the praises you can heap up on the bowlers, big time. It almost go back to what I said earlier with the pitches and spin bowling friendly. So we had our spin bowling attack, and in Ramarak, where you see where she pretty much bowled 3 maiden and 15 runs, the same economic rate of 1.5 is ridiculous. She didn't get any wicket, but you can imagine the fear she instilled on the Bangladesh women when she bowls to them, they're unable to select the proper shot and even get off a run. It's a lot of play down, a lot of it's just they were on the defensive end when she was bowling to them, and as such she pretty much had 3 maiden, put some serious pressure on them, and it also opened the chance for the diversifying of the bowling attack, and you have a Matthews coming now, and pretty much they are in a negative frame of mind, so Matthews is able to pick them off, and that's what we see happening. Same also with Fletcher. So it's good that we have our version of a spin bowler that is able to drive fear and force back any, attack from any batter who decides that they want to go long or go for 6 and 4. I remember in the game, the rookie keeper was saying that they're not going to go for 6. They can't go for 6, and it's
Them can't
almost a
look six.
certainty of how the ball is being bowled. They can't chance a 6. They're trying to run between the wickets as best as possible, get 2, and so the West Indies female had to be ready to get them run out. some of them wasted, but yeah, pressure was there big time.
And Adrian, talking about driving fear, and we spoke about being aggressive. And if we looked at how the West Indies applied themselves in the field, I mean, they dropped a couple catches, 4 or 5 to be exact, some of them really tight. But if we looked at how the field was placed, I mean, at one point it was outside of power play, but there was only one person outside of the circle, which meant that they were trying to prevent things because they were trying to get wickets. And at one point, though, it looked like it got away from them with Bangladesh at 60 for 4, and the batters were out there. Then they put a little partnership together, and then they were 85, and we're like, Wagwan. This is when you lose one of your nail as well, Adrian.
So most definitely, people have to be visiting their salons from to get manicures done to fix their nails because the pressure was real. Um, Make no mistake about it. Captaincy has a lot to do with how it works. Captain Stephanie Taylor knows how to put together her troops, knows to set her field, know which bowlers to bowl, and you can see the balance flow of the bowlers. Matthews 4, Fletcher 3, Taylor 3. They were chirping away saying that we don't expect them to get a 6, and we're going pretty much basically they were challenging the Bangladeshis to actually go for the big drive if you can, right? We dare to take the shot because we know you can do it, right? So therefore, they were actually being a lot more purposeful on the attacking side. They were pretty much almost as loud as the Bangladeshis who, in their innings, were literally chirping. I'm sure I heard them sounding out either a Shaba or a Shava, whatever that is. Got me a little bit tired, but they were enjoying themselves while the West Indians were under pressure. But it was a good fight back from the West Indians, and the captain setting up her troops to actually accomplish and defend such a low score.
And
Sloppy in the field,
Adrian,
though.
Adrian, all of last night we were talking about Fargana, only if you know that her name is Pinky. Pinky tried to win it, but Raymond, there was a
Pinky.
point when West Indies Connell went down just before the final over, the last ball of the penultimate over, and we were wondering what was happening. It was a little somber moment, but the captain spoke at the end and it said it gave them the opportunity to regroup, to strategize, and to come back and to win it for her. We want to hope that she will recover. We saw her walking off to the ambulance, and we don't know the situation, but we want to wish her all the best and speedy recovery.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Wish her all the best and speedy recovery for sure. It almost helped with our momentum in terms of getting the West Indies more focused, as well as when they saw, one of their players down. It's a good camaraderie when they come together like that, and pretty much know the task at hand, and feed off each other energy, and know that they had to deliver this for Connell. So it speaks well of the team chemistry and how the captain and the coaching staff is able to get as much as possible out of the girls. And so, the response was you couldn't ask for a better response in delivering that victory for her and for the rest of the team.
Adrian, you want to come in on that moment as well, as it certainly gave the team a more meaningful reason to win this match.
But I tell you something, Kurt. We hope that Shamilia Connell is okay. A bit scary moment, and you saw it from the outset. Just going down on the field. One of the better fielders, especially for the West Indies women. There are two important events that took place in the last few overs. It was one, Captain Stephanie Taylor um, breaking the momentum of the Bangladeshis by taking a review. Everybody saw that the ball missed the batter who swinged at it. She went for it to try to get a review done, and shortly thereafter, West Indies struck and got a wicket. It seemed to have disrupted the Bangladesh, but the second moment was this of Cornell going down. However, a sad moment, it obviously rallied the troops to decide, look, we can't lose this game. The numbers are stacked against us, but they methodically chipped away at the Bangladeshis, just throwing it in their favor, wicket after wicket after wicket. And it was an excellent performance on the back of a really sad moment, very touching moment at the time. So there we go. All right, so fans out there, what are your thoughts on this victory by the West Indies? West Indies defending a really low score, 140 runs. You don't get to see that a lot in cricket, but they did an excellent job in chasing it down. Um, Ailey Matthews been named the batter. Yes, the batter and the what should I say? The top performer. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what your thoughts on this. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell all of their friends to come and join the Sports DTM family. Kurt, Raymond, and I signing out. As always, be blessed.